What's up, everybody? Nick's here back again, talking about your funnel flywheel. In this series of videos, I just want to cover some of the main things that I see business owners either lacking, like missing completely, or just not quite getting right, which is how you're structuring the thing, right? The product, the service, the consultancy, whatever, how you're putting this out to your prospects, getting the right thing to go in the right place so that they see the correct message here, but that also leads them to your more profitable back end, so that the front end, the back end, all the various pieces of what it is that you're offering really fit together in the best possible way. This is something that I think even the best business people still, I don't say they struggle with it, but you can tinker with this endlessly. You can always be looking for ways to either change or augment or tweak the front end so that the back end is more profitable. Once you get this flywheel spinning, the mechanical metaphor that I'm borrowing here is that obviously in mechanics, right, the flywheel was a massive breakthrough. If you have a gear differential where this one only has to turn very slowly, but the flywheel over here is spinning very fast because of the difference in size, you can have a massive mechanical advantage. And so applied to your marketing, applied to your prospecting, applied to the actual getting of profit in your business, the metaphor is very clear, right? You want to be doing as little as possible over here while you're getting traffic, while you're getting people in the front end. And then, wow, once you get this flywheel spinning, massive profits are coming in on the back end. And this takes a little bit of, it takes a lot actually of understanding about exactly what you should be saying. I talked in other videos about the difficulty that a lot of experts have. So if you're a consultant, if you're a business person, right, if you have expertise that you're sharing with people, because maybe you had an experience and now you're teaching other people how you solve the problem for yourself, you know that it's very hard to step back from your own expertise and to actually be able to explain what it is that you've done or what you learned. That's not an easy thing to do. So getting the front end part right so that what's happening to your prospect, the customer journey, the thing that people are seeing and learning and discovering about you, and the problem that you solve for them when they first find out about you leads them to want more of your solutions for the other problems that they may have regarding whatever topic, whatever market, whatever issue, whatever thing that it is that you solve for people in your prospective market. So that's the flywheel. And what I want to talk about in this video is the importance of proprietary mechanisms. I think very successful people already know this and have figured this out. But if you're starting out, if you're just coming up with, if you're just getting into business, if your business is working, but maybe it's not working as well as you want or as well as you need in order to support yourself and your family, one of the best, biggest, most important things and a big step forward for most people when they discover this is you want to have a proprietary name and hopefully also, right, something that you could claim, right? I mean, the name sort of claims it for you. A way to talk about a specific, unique mechanism that nobody else in your marketplace is using, okay? So an example of this, I'll just use my own business. And let me see, I'll have to share. Actually, let me tell you about it first. So I actually, I was a medical professional for a number of years. Anybody in health, anybody in coaching, anybody in any kind of health and wellness related field, even if it's just selling a product, can use this. Certainly even if you're just doing, not just doing, but even if you're doing something like success coaching, this applies to you. If you're a consultant, even for finance, perhaps, right? This applies to you. Anybody doing any kind of consulting, coaching, information product, or e-com can use this. It's valuable to have, and it may turn into the most valuable thing that you can have for your marketing, is a way to name and then claim as your own a proprietary concept, mechanism, or what have you. And in my case, what I did, my expertise in medicine was digestive illness. And I did have a very severe digestive illness at one point, but I still have my medical license. I keep it active. So I still do talk to patients. And now I have an online info product that just helps people with acid reflux. Now, I took this from a very ancient medical system, and the translation is more or less translated into English. The digestive organs that have to work in harmony, and that once they get out of harmony, your body starts working against itself. if you haven't been sick with a chronic digestive illness, you may think, what's he talking about? I don't know what that is, but it's like when you have a chronic digestive illness, especially, it means that one specific organ is working against your other organs, and these organs are taking a beating, so they can't do their job, which makes this organ work harder, which makes these organs weaker, which makes this organ work harder. So they call this in medicine, this is not modern conventional medicine, but in ancient medicine, this is referred to as and translates as the pivot. The pivot is the relationship between your liver and your digestive system and what happens to metabolism and digestion, metabolism and immune function when the body is breaking down. Well, it's very clear that once you get to that point, right, your body has turned against itself. And so this whole concept of the pivot became my proprietary named mechanism. So what I created was, because you could come up with, I could have called it the digestive recovery blueprint, or right, you hear these kinds of generic things, and it's like, that's okay because it's descriptive, but there's lots of people out there with digestive recovery, right? There's lots of people talking about this is my digestive healing, the digestive healing miracle breakthrough, right? Where it's very obvious and it's upfront and it's straightforward. But if you add intrigue to it, if you add any kind of, what is that about? If you add any of that kind of curiosity to your mechanism, to the proprietary name that you're giving to your thing that you're actually offering to people, you have a treasure trove of marketing that you can offer to people, both in terms of your sales copy and stuff that's going on the actual customer facing stuff, but also your email marketing. You can talk endlessly about your proprietary thing. And so that's what I did. I turned it into, and I had a mentor. I had a guy help me with this because he really helped me to see this and to understand this. And I was starting out as a copywriter when I first figured this out and when I first hired this guy and teamed up with him. And we called it the pivot protocol. How do you get, so right away, it's like if you see my stuff and you come in from a Google ad or wherever, and you start getting emails, you're learning about the pivot. And the pivot is something nobody else has taught you about, right? This is something totally new. So it's what you get from that in a marketing sense, or from a marketing perspective, is you get the extra, 20 seconds or, 60 seconds or whatever people are willing to give you with their precious, very short attention spans to show them something unique, to show them something, hey, I've never seen this before, right? My clients and, people who end up finding my product online will tell me, like, I've never seen this before. This is brilliant. This is a fantastic new thing. I've never discovered this. And that's actually true. They haven't seen it before, but we got them in the door and we got them interested, not by sounding bland and boring and kind of plain vanilla with something about digestive recovery or whatever the normal way of naming that, but by staking a claim and putting our own label on something that, at least to the prospect, appears very new and unique and very exciting, right? That they've never come across anything called the pivot before. And so what is this pivot protocol thing about? And it gives me enough time in my marketing to say, hey, here's what you don't know about your digestive system. This is how it really works. And in all of my marketing messages, I'm shifting people's beliefs. So the question here for your business is, how do you set yourself up in a way where you can name something in a proprietary manner and then explain the mechanism by which you're going to give your prospects, your customers, their results, and do that according to a mechanism that they've never heard of, never seen, never come across before. There's value in this. Some people will hear that and think, yeah, but that's hokey. No, it's good marketing, right? Because what we need is enough time before they click off and dismiss this and they swipe left and say, hey, I'm not interested in this. I've already heard that before, to actually start shifting their beliefs. Like, yeah, maybe you do have digestive illness and maybe you have tried 50 other things and maybe all of them have failed you, but you haven't tried this. You haven't tried my unique mechanism. In fact, you've never even heard of this. Let me explain. And then obviously the copy has to, in the emails, everything has to fill, tick the boxes of, and here's how this benefits you. And so if you're X, Y, and Z, you need A, B, and C, right? Because this is what you didn't have the last time, 50 to 100 times that you tried to fix your acid reflux and failed. Okay. So coming up with a proprietary name for a unique mechanism. This is so crucial in marketing. That's it. I want to keep these videos short. Hopefully that's helpful for you. But if you're a coach or consultant or e-com, or if you're doing anything online to try to run a business, look for the ways that you could turn your thing and rename it into something really compelling that describes, and then use in your marketing to describe the proprietary mechanism. Grab a proprietary name for it and brainstorm along the ideas of, like, get outrageous, like try to come up with something that maybe nobody's ever heard. I did a video recently on idea sex, where you want to be able to cross-pollinate ideas from one discipline, one part of your life, one thing that your customers may be focused on, and then turn it, you know, on its ear, right? And cross-pollinate that with something else, and put those two things together and come up with a new idea, come up with a new name, come up with something outrageous, come up with something that nobody's ever heard of. And if you can tie that to a legitimate explanation of a unique mechanism, if you're in consulting, right? Here's what all the other people are doing, but my XYZ unique mechanism, proprietary named method is completely different. And here's how. And you'll get more time to actually convince your prospects to give you a shot. Okay? That's enough out of me. Thanks very much. I'll be back in another video. If you like it, click the channel. Tell me what you want to hear more about. If you're struggling with sales, if you're struggling with your marketing, and you want to reach out to me, fantastic. Please give me a shout at the contact info below. I'm happy to go through this. I'll do a free consult with you for 15 minutes and just look at what is going on with your business and how we might be able to apply some of the stuff that I'm teaching here about the flywheel to get you to the next level. Okay, thanks very much.